to the White Party of Five, where we talk about family, travel, food, and fun. So we just got back from a 4-day, 3-night Disney cruise on the Disney Magic, and we can't wait to tell you all about it.
We're going to talk about our experience today. We're going to go over our stateroom, the ship itself, all the attractions the Magic had to offer. We're going to go over pictures and videos of each day and tips and tricks. And lastly, final thoughts.
Stay tuned because we have a lot in store. We're excited to be back on our YouTube channel, showing you guys our travel experience on the Disney Magic.
We set over from Fort Lauderdale on the Disney Magic to the Bahamas. The Disney Magic was an intimate cruise. It was perfect for a family of 5. We stopped at Castaway Cay, which is a private island that Disney Cruise Line offers.
We stayed for 4 days and 3 nights. This itinerary is honestly perfect for us because I can't imagine being on a cruise any longer than that. We actually ran into a man that told us that he was staying for 10 days on a cruise. 10 whole days. So again, we chose 4 days, 3 nights, went home. But now that we're home, we're just thinking about how we were getting our bed made, how we had food around the clock, how we had unlimited ice cream for 4 days and 3 nights. Let's get into the staterooms. So we had 2 staterooms. And the reason we did that is because they didn't have room big enough for us. But honestly, by the time that we booked, we had to book 2 staterooms. This was a huge question for me because I wanted to know, can we have 2 rooms that are joined? The answer is yes. And that was attractive to me for Disney is that each room has a separate shower and toilet. So we were able to have 2 showers and 2 toilets. That was really efficient for us for getting ready in the morning, for coming back and getting ready for dinners at night. So we're gonna get into the tips and tricks, but first we just wanna go over each day, like what we did each day. And to start off, we got on the ship and we ate.
Yeah, we boarded the ship and it was time to go. So we stopped at Cabanas, one of the buffet spots there, and ate. They had lamb, they had steak, they had
ram, hog, dog, anything.
Shrimp,
yes.
all you can eat, whatever you
Crab
decide.
claws.
Yeah, and the chicken tender, of course, was a showstopper for definitely the kids.
Our daughter said they got the good chicken tenders. So if you're a chicken tender connoisseur like she is, you'll like that.
Cabanas is our first lunch here. This is his 500th plate, but it's pretty good. I started and I got chicken tenders and mac and cheese. I was like, okay, kiddie food. But then I got down to the lamb shanks and turkey, crab, and also got down to the shrimp, cocktail shrimp, and then there was prosciutto and olives.
Turkey legs.
Turkey. It was awesome. So Chinese food. Yeah, and I didn't even get a video of the hibachi and everything else I was frozen down. Because I didn't want to be in people's way, you know? Because I want to show you guys, but I can't show you guys while being a nuisance on the boat.
Gotta enjoy the moment. Let's go.
So, day 1, hour 1. So far, so good.
Definitely. Stay tuned.
After we went to Cabanas, it was time to check into our stateroom. So we checked into our staterooms, and then after we checked into the staterooms, what did we do? We went to Mickey's sail away party.
We did go to Mickey's.
Yeah, we went to Mickey's. No. We went to the safety brief.
Yeah.
We went to the safety brief.
So we could survive. Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
Precautionary measures, emergency situations. So everyone aboard the ship had to go through the safety brief.
So we went through the safety brief, and then we went to Mickey's sail away party. Everyone on the ship, Mickey's dancing.
Yeah. You know, it's a big thing, big theme. Mickey showed up, Minnie showed up, Daffy, Donald Duck. Everybody showed up, the whole crew of Disney showed up to set us away in the park.
That was pretty cool. Everyone's dancing, everyone's having a good time, everyone's happy that we're on a cruise.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, we went back to our room, we got dressed, and we went to our first dinner at Lumiere's.
Lumiere's.
Let me tell you, Lumiere's was my favorite dinner. I had escargot.
She had some snails, y'all.
I had escargot, y'all. I had escargot. It was good. Oh my God, it was good. It was buttery. And then we had this dish.
Lobster.
It was shrimp.
Yes.
with lobster on
Yes.
top. You can
And
see
some
the
type of
dill,
sauce.
and it
Oh
was
my
some
goodness.
sauce. It was so fresh and
Hey,
good.
how many we ordered? We ordered 2 to begin with.
And we didn't keep bringing them.
5 later.
Yeah.
So that was amazing.
It was really good. Like, we're still thinking about it right
Yeah,
now.
we're still selling
My
good
mouth
food,
is
yeah.
watering. If you're thinking about booking a busy cruise,
Yeah.
book it for the food we're talking about.
For sure.
Other thing that we ordered,
I had a medium steak. It
yeah.
was good too. Nice tender. It was amazing. All right.
I had the
Yeah.
herb crusted lamb. Remember? It was so good. Oh my goodness. Oh, book-
Take us back. No, I'm joking.
yeah. Just bring the food to me
Yeah.
in a trough, as my mom says. But yes, the food was amazing
Yeah.
at Lumiere's. I feel like I saw people on YouTube that they had a show, but I didn't need a show. The show was on my
The show-
plate.
yeah, show was what we was
Lumiere's
doing.
food was
Food.
amazing. The soups, I thought they were okay,
Yeah.
but the shrimp and lobster was amazing.
Fresh bread, fresh rolls, all types.
Every night we got fresh
Yeah.
rolls, and the
Kids
kids,
ran through them.
they love that.
Give me another basket, please, sir, ma'am.
They love that, absolutely. And
For dessert,
then
they had the Sunday for dessert. They had some apple fritters, with some
Oh, yeah,
cold ice
yeah,
cream,
yeah.
and of course they always had the Mickey heads.
yeah, they had Mickey ice cream
Mickey
bars.
ice cream bars. There we go. It was a Mickey face, but yeah, Mickey ice cream bars.
So after dinner, we went back to the room for a little bit, freshened up, and then we went to a show. So can I just say, as an elderly woman, the fact that
Elderly.
as an elderly woman,
Okay.
I was shocked. I was appalled that we were supposed to do all this all day and go to shows at 8:30 at night.
Mind you, she's in her 30s, y'all. But I'm just saying.
I was shocked. And then when I looked at the itinerary, so when you get on the cruise, then you can see the itinerary. When I looked at the itinerary and I saw there was something at 10 p.m., I said, 10 o'clock in the night?
Hey, we're on vacation. Live it up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't live it up past 8:30 at night. I am not for the streets, I am for the
Yeah.
sheets.
But with all that being said, the shows were amazing.
The show was
They were
good.
great. The one that night was amazing. It was based on Cinderella.
Yeah.
So with live performances, great singing, great acting, great dancing. The kids enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a great show for sure.
I enjoyed it too, so put a clip of me sleeping right here.
I got you.
And after that, I think after that, we actually went back up to Deck 9,
Beverage
which had
Station, I
everything.
believe.
Yeah, we had beverage station, and then we also, kids maybe had ice cream
Ice
or
cream,
pizza,
soft
don't
serve,
really know.
pizza, hot dogs,
Really, it was
whatever.
do whatever you want to do. We're on a cruise.
For free.
Live your best
Already
life.
paid for it.
Yeah, we already paid for this, so enjoy
Do what
yourself.
you gotta do.
Day 2.
Two.
What did we do on day 2? We went to Castaway Key, right?
We did go to Castaway Key. This is
Okay.
the first time we were able to off board the ship, So we got to Castaway Key in the Bahamas and that private island we spoke of earlier.
So we woke up early, we went to breakfast,
We did.
right? We went to
The
breakfast.
Cabanas.
And
Breakfast spot.
what I'll leave as a tip, I know we said we're talking about tips and tricks later, but get up early. The early bird gets the worm, and the worm is getting a seat at Cabanas. And the worm is also like not being in crowded areas. So we were able to get to Cabanas before the line was outside the door.
Yep.
I say anytime before 8 a.m. is a good time. So we had breakfast at Cabanas, see the breakfast.
Yeah. All you can eat.
After breakfast, what I'll also say, we stopped for coffee after breakfast, and the specialty coffees you do have to pay for. But we stopped for coffee afterwards, and there was an announcement that people could get off the ship earlier than expected.
Off board the ship, you have to take a 10 or 15 minute walk along the pier. So you walk on the pier for 10 or 15 minutes, and then you get to a bus stop. You can unload and get on the tram and take you further to your destination.
He has a water park. There's also the beach there. There was a parade, and honestly, the parade was everything for me. And this clip shows you that.
She was in the parade, y'all.
I was in the parade. I was a part of the parade with my people. Something that everyone talked about over there with us prior to going was True True Barbecue. You can talk about that.
True True Barbecue and True True Barbecue 2. But True True Barbecue, you can smell it, about a mile away. They had sandwiches, they had hot dogs, hamburgers, they had fish, they had spicy crispy chicken sandwiches, soft serve ice cream, of course, ribs. I mean, the list goes on. It was a lot of options, y'all. And of course, all you can eat.
They also had some Bahamian food, which was good. I will be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Be honest.
Everybody told us, oh my gosh, Choo Choo Barbecue was gonna be so good. Oh my goodness. Choo Choo Barbecue was not bad, but it also wasn't like knocking my socks off. It had mac and cheese on the side, I think broccoli, many choices for sides. It was a potato salad, I think it was like a red skin potato salad, different corn salsas.
Yeah. So if you got a particular tongue and don't like a certain type, a certain kind of food, there are other options for you. So trust me, if they've got 1 or 2 things you don't like, hey, go get something else. So the options are there, they're plentiful, so you'll find something you enjoy.
Absolutely. I think they did a really good job of making sure that every palate was satisfied.
Amazing beachfront views. You can walk along the beach. They had the water park that my wife discussed earlier. They also had volleyball. Our kids spent like an hour playing volleyball in the sand.
What we also suggest is walk to the end of the beach. So when you go to the front, you realize that it's more populated, but when you walk to the right, just go further down the beach, it was just so much more serene. We could have sat there really all day because it was a much better experience and not crowded with so many people. So definitely suggest going a little further down.
And definitely also with those with kids, you know, they had teen spots, they had youth spots. So if you wanted to kind of go away with your honey bun or whoever, you can drop your kids off. You can drop your kids off, you know, to the teen care, the youth care, and spend a little quality time with your number one. So
there is a adults only beach. We didn't go over there because when we looked at videos, the kids didn't really seem interested in going to kids club off the ship. So we didn't want to take them there. The kids who were there looked like they were having a blast.
They didn't want to go.
They had their own splash pad.
They wanted to stay.
Yeah, and I think there's also a Choo Choo Barbecue over at the adults only beach. So a lot of people ask, like, what if I don't have kids? Should I go on a Disney cruise? The answer is yes. There are adult only areas on the ship. There are adult only areas at when you get off the ship. And I think that's really, really great. The other thing we saw, they had cabanas. I think I saw prices around $750 to rent the cabana, but they have their private area and they have their own beach that's only for the people in the cabanas. They have food and all these great items there. We didn't get on the app early enough to get them. Also, there are other activities like snorkeling, but we didn't want to do that. If there was anything that we did pay for, it probably would have been bicycles. I think they were $15 to rent a bicycle, but they were sold out.
Very reasonable.
But all in all, great day. We got back on the ship, took that 10 to 15 minute walk, got back on the ship, and what did we do when we got back on the ship? I can't remember.
So we pretty much went back to the room, got out of our little wet, sandy clothes, right? Took a quick, of course, shower, and change over and get ready for our dinner, you know, because we spent around 6 hours out there. So this night, we went to Animators Palette, which is themed a lot of the Disney classics, how start to finish, how things start in black and white, and over time came in full color vision. So, you know, it was a great time, great experiences with that as well.
I just want to talk about the food.
She wants to talk about the food, but as soon as you get there, the walls all have animations on them from a lot of your Disney favorites. And as soon as you get there, it's a show. You know, you can see different drawings, develop. I won't give away everything, but it's great to see start to finish, how times change, how you can bring something on a sheet of paper and bring it to reality.
And Mickey comes. Should we say? I don't know if that's a surprise.
Don't give everything away.
I saw it on YouTube before we went. Mickey came. It's like okay. Mickey came.
Do me.
I had like an herb roasted pork loin. I was on my herb roasted.
Fixation over there.
I think so. That was my fixation for the Disney cruise, was herb roasted everything. Animators Palette, the food was good. It wasn't as good as Lumiere's. I would probably put it in the second spot for me, like Lumiere's and then Animators Palette.
I think it'd be a second. A strong second. And
then after that, we freshened up like we did every other night, and then we went to a show.
We went to the show. It was actually a Broadway famous performer, the Broadway star. she played Mary Poppins. So she did a lot of her hits as Mary Poppins on Broadway. So it was amazing. Only 30 minutes this time, but she went through a whole different, her start to finish, where she started from, why she got into performing. And it was a great show that kind of spotlighted her and things she did.
Yeah, her talent was amazing.
Oh yeah.
And she sat on his lap.
No, she sat on others' lap.
Tell the people. Tell the truth,
First of
shame
all,
the devil.
She came up and screamed in my face. And she was doing one of the, I think, Tangled songs, and she was running through the audience, and she spent a lot of quality time with some of the husbands. But it was all fun and games, all performance. She got the crowd involved, so it was all love at the end of the day. So great experience and great performance by her.
Yeah, it was really good. And I think she said her husband's also on Broadway. So.
For sure. Yeah.
Really cool.
So good show.
So after that, we actually went to Deck 9 again. And I think we...
Pirate Night.
Oh.
Pirate Night.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I lived so many lives that day.
Yeah.
I lived so many lives that day and I forgot.
Yeah, so
that's why I'm so tired.
10 fireworks.
p.m.
Hey, Pirate Night was amazing. It was live. It was a great show. Everybody was engaged. It was dancing. It was amazing. It was a good time.
The fireworks after were a really good touch.
Yeah, those competed against Disneyland and Disney World fireworks.
Yeah.
On the ship. So just imagine that.
Yeah, it was amazing what they were able to do out there. The fireworks were really nice. And then after that, of course, we went to sleep because it was 11 p.m.
Mind you, she's in her 30s, y'all.
I'm elderly when it comes to getting in bed. I'm not. So the day 3, we got up early, and honestly, this might have been my best day as far as just having fun and relaxing too, because it wasn't as action-packed as the day before.
Yeah, day 3 was full. We were on the ship all day long, so we get to experience the attractions, experience everything the ship and Disney Cruise Line had to offer on board.
And again, we woke up early and we were able to have breakfast without a lot of people there. You can honestly decide if you want to eat breakfast in Cabanas, which is the buffet, or if you want to sit down and order the same food from one of the restaurants.
At one of the restaurants, for sure.
But we chose Cabanas just because the kids really like to have options. So it's helpful for them.
Yeah.
And after that, we were the first people at the pool.
First. They got up early, early bird catch the worm. And once the pools got clean and opened up, we're the first ones. Our family was the first ones to jump in there. So.
Yep, and when they say the early bird catches the worm, the early bird catches the pool also themselves on a Disney cruise, which is like, I think that's a bucket list item.
Yeah,
it should be.
It is, because the pool's right there, and not only are you in the pool, but there's a huge screen that plays all of your Disney classics. You know, from Tango to Lion King, to some of the Marvel classics, the list goes on. So that was great.
And I didn't have ice cream every day, the kids did.
Soft
but
serve.
Today they had blueberry soft serve. That was really good. And we also had time to go on the splash pad.
We did. Splash pad.
The kids did not want to go on the slide, right?
No, they didn't want to go on the slide. They actually wanted to do something different that was offered on the ship. They wanted to play basketball. So they spent about 2 hours after all that playing basketball on board the Disney Magic Cruise with some of the other kids. So they enjoyed that time.
And although they didn't go to the kids club, they had an open house, so we went to the open house as a whole family and saw the kids club, so we have some clips of it here. There were a lot of character experiences. We were taking pictures one night, and who came up behind me? Who was it?
Hey, Donald Duck came behind me.
Yeah. And then we were coming out of a dinner, and Captain Hook was there.
Captain Hook was there, he came.
Yeah.
The kids got to see Tiana and take pictures with Tiana.
Our 16-year-old saw Tiana.
She loves her.
She used to watch Tiana every day when she was young. So I really liked the character experiences.
Yeah.
I feel like the Disney Cruise gave you more experience to actually have those one-on-one encounters, those intimate encounters
That's so true.
Yeah, because when they talked to Tiana was in character, honey.
Don't
Tiana said, you need to come to the bayou and have some of my gumbo. And Tiana was probably from Hopkins, South Carolina.
Oh,
like, who knows? But
That's
she
cool.
was in character, and I love that. I love that. The kids love that
But
too.
yeah, there was Cinderella there at the time, Snow White, I believe. So a list of characters that all the kids, and some of our kids, of course, had to go see and have a one-on-one encounter with them. So
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, and there were a lot of those experiences on the day we were at sea. And then that night we went to, what was it called?
Rapunzel's Palace.
Is that what it's called?
Royal table.
Rapunzel's Royal Table.
The performance was good. When they meet and greet you before you even get to Rapunzel's round table. So they had a table theme performance with Flynn, with Rapunzel.
And Flynn did the, what's the thing he does with his face? The
Smolder. Flynn does the smolder.
Yeah.
And he tried to teach
yeah.
our 10-year-old son, how to do the smolder. So
it's those cool things that you get to experience, and it's not that you really like go out and look for them, it just happens.
Yeah.
Rapunzel talking to one of our littles coming by the table. It was a good experience for that. And then the live music that was playing during it, I thought was really good.
A little mini parade of the staff as well as the characters racing around the table. They even pulled our kids up and got them in a line to do a parade around the table as well at the end of dinner. So, there's unbelievable experiences where you can't make up, but they're gonna remember for the rest of their lives.
I believe so as well. And then after we went to Rapunzel's table, I think we packed our stuff.
Yeah.
And because that night you have to have all of your suitcases by the door by 10 p.m.
Tag bag ready to go before 10. Yep.
Anything that you're willing to let go by 10 p.m. so that they can have it ready for you when you disembark the ship. So the next morning, day 4, final day, we ate at Rapunzel's table. I believe we ate at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And we disembarked after that.
Disembarked after and waved goodbye to the Disney Magic. Went by so fast. But great experience, amazing experience that ended too quickly. Now we're planning our next Disney cruise, whether that one might be.
We're going to share some tips and tricks. If you have more questions, please leave them in the comment. First, we suggest arriving to the port early because it will be packed. Other cruise lines use the same port. Also, log into the app 30 days before your cruise because then you can plan any excursions, any character meet and greets, and you can also find out what time you will get on the cruise. We were worried about when we could eat, so we made sure we ate before we embarked, but we learned that when we got on the cruise that we could eat right away. That was a great thing. The other thing is to make sure you separate your bags because they will take your bags when you get there. So if you have any items you need, make sure you keep them with you, but this will also happen when you disembark. So separate your bags for the things that you need and the things that they can take for you because that is a huge help.
Room service is included. There are menus in your stateroom as well as the app on your phone. There's advanced ordering options where you can pre-order the night before for breakfast and things like that. There's also a secret menu you can ask the customer service representative. Things like Mickey ice bars and things of that nature to get a little more spice in your meals. Lastly, there's a last call every evening. You have to order by midnight each night for room service, and your final day, you have to order by 1 a.m. For breakfast. Next, you want to pick the Wi-Fi package for you. We chose the regular package, not the streaming package. We're able to watch short-form videos on Instagram and TikTok. Also, it's dependable. It never failed. It was connectivity all the way through the cruise with no issues. And you can allow this app, the Wi-Fi, to be on multiple devices. But there is a small fee associated with that, but it's all good and well. Next, you want to stay hydrated. There's definitely water stations and beverage stations. The ship, you can use those to get ice cold water and any other non-alcoholic beverages of your choice. And then, of course, there's cabanas or another breakfast or lunch spot where you can go. Just make sure you bring your water bottle and utilize their fountain drink section and get water. And lastly, at some of the bars, they have ice cold lime or lemon water. It's very, very refreshing as well.
We all know that I want to talk about dinner. So there are 2 dinner schedules, 5:45 and I believe 8:30. We had the earlier dinner and we didn't think we'd like it at first because it was so early in our minds, but on the ship it made sense to eat at 5:45 and then have the shows later in the evening. And if we wanted anything extra afterwards, we can go to Deck 9 and get that. You can order multiple items at dinner, although you are ordering from a menu. So for instance, the lobster and shrimp thing that we said we loved, we said, hey, keep them coming, and ordered multiple of those. And if you have a picky eater, like we do, or if you have dietary restrictions, they have so many menu items that can definitely accommodate any palate. Our 16-year-old wanted items off the kids menu, and our 10-year-old said, hey, I'm not ordering off the kids menu. I know that we have said the early bird gets the worm multiple times in this video, but we really do mean that. Get up early and also plan your days. As soon as you get on the Wi-Fi for the cruise, which is the embarkation day, as soon as you are at the port, get on the Wi-Fi and you can see the schedule for the days. Something that our kids enjoy was putting a heart beside the things they wanted to do. That was a great app feature to keep our schedules aligned. I really wanted to know before we got there what our days would look like, activities that were available. So there are different things you could do, such as character appearances. You can do crafts. There was an open house that we showed you guys in the kids' room. There was trivia, there were dance parties, and these were things you could expect earlier in the day. And then at night, that's when they usually had shows, and they also played movies throughout the day.
Thank you guys for tuning in and allowing us to share about our magical time on our Disney cruise. Share this with your friends who want to know, should they go on a Disney cruise, when they should go on a Disney cruise, what they need to do on a Disney cruise. Share this video.
Book your Disney cruise. If you like, comment, subscribe to the White Party of 5.